Hello again, and podcast number 3 on the F1RT channel. So far I'm here with Sly and Priest. Palindrome should join us a little bit later today. So I don't think we have any important announcements to make, unless we want to make clear up some rules again. Which basically only means, like, if you can't attend an event, just fucking post it at the event!
Right.
There you go.
At least a few days before, let us know that you're not going to be able to race.
Yep. And if you couldn't tell before, just tell us afterward as soon as you can. But complete silence will just get you kicked out of the league, which I had to do in the amateur league again. Having kicked out 2 drivers. So, because 4 races, no show, not a single word whatsoever.
It's a no-no.
That's a big no-no for us, yep. So there you go, into the timeout corner, so to speak. Alright, so we're going to quickly run through the results of the amateur race, which I should have loaded up here in my browser there. It's basically, so far, Trove GP Rick King is just basically dominating the amateur league at the moment, because he's won his, how many races has he won now in a row? A lot, 5 or 6 now? Let me check there. This is his 6th win in a row. He's now in the top of the standings with 158 points, and below that are Romain and Dieberg, who both have 148 points there. So, and Revan is in 4th with 145, and then a small gap to Andre Y95 with 129. So, if Trove GP keeps running like he does, I don't think he will have any competition for the rest of the season. He'll just take on the first championship there. But everything below that is seems like a very good fight there, because Romain, Dieberg, and Dreven and Andre all have very changing weekends. If you look at the results sheet. As for our race, let me load that up. Pro standings, there you go. Amin didn't show up again for some reason. Maybe still hungover from last week. Who knows? And Priest has inched away a little bit more of a lead now. And he's now in first place in this championship with 126 points. Amin is now second alongside Palindrome. Both have 108 points. And Rain is climbing fast as well. He's in 4th with 105. And Isofab made a good jump 2 places up. He's now in 5th position in the championship standings. And the winner of today's race was actually sort of a surprise to everyone, I think. It's Isofab. So that's his first victory in the championship. So congratulations to him. He pretty much stayed incident free, and that's probably what got him the victory. And then Skul is in 2nd.
Popular victory as well, I reckon.
Palindrome was in 3rd, Discovery 4th, Rain 5th, Praised 6th, myself in 7th, Osborne 8th, and Sly in 9th position. Wahey. So yeah, my race was, well, basically pretty uneventful. I was a bit closer to everybody else in front of me, to the top 6 in front of me, compared to last week in Canada, but I still couldn't really attack anyone, and just played defense for a couple of laps near the end of it. Had a nice little run-in with Priest, pushing him to the wall where I wasn't expecting him. Actually was trying to block him off there, taking the inside line, but he was already there. So that gave me some wing damage. And then, like 2 laps before the end, in the 2nd corner, I smashed it into the wall, so I had to limp home for most of them, for like almost an entire lap. Managed to avoid getting lapped, so, but otherwise I would have been a bit closer to the top 6. So pretty happy with that.
That's a win-win right there.
Yeah. As for you, Price, you had a bit more eventful race, I think. I heard 2 wing changes at least.
Yeah, pushing a little too much on the car setup, which was very edgy, but had a great start. Found it really weird. I had one of the McLarens ghost out and goes straight through me and hit Gluteus, who was on the outside into the second corner, which technically really is the first corner, and pushed Gluteus straight into the wall. So I think that's going to need to be had a look at, and maybe, who knows, if anyone might get penalised for that, we will see. But yeah, it's very suspicious looking and pretty bad looking from my camera angle, actually.
I'll just render out that
kind of ran away, me right behind him. Yeah. And it was pretty much just me and Icefab going for it, hammer and tongs. He actually started pulling away. He chucked on the option tires. The prime tires, just like the first three did, including myself. And I eventually pit stopped on lap 15, expecting to do a 3-stop race where I do 15 lap intervals on all options and just all the way to the end. But I then realised that the primes are holding up really, really well, and made a mistake. So I ended up pushing a little too hard. Came out ahead of Isofab because of the undercut, thanks to the tyres. But as soon as I got in front of him, I started pushing, got 2 seconds, 3 seconds in front of him, and into the first corner, outbraked myself and went straight into the wall. And from there, it all just started for me, where I kept on pushing more. So I went for the aggressive strategy where I put myself under the pressure to do quick lap times, and it didn't pay off. So,
like little mistakes everywhere again, and I suppose
that's it.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous when the first raindrops started falling down, but it never really got going, thank God. So I could stay right on my tire strategy, which actually worked out perfectly, and never really had much problems until the last couple of laps, where I already had a broken front wing, damaged front wing, and then slammed the wall. And what about you, Sly? Anything worth noting? Any interesting fights?
Don't even talk about it.
No, a lot of fun then for you.
Interesting when people want to pick a fight with me, but while I'm in front, that's about it.
Yeah, actually it was funny, like, Palindrome was actually stuck in the beginning of the race behind you, and he wasn't happy, but he was stuck behind you, he couldn't make the path.
Yeah, he was having some good races.
Yeah, that was fun. I wonder what if Rain was yelling as well when he was behind me when he pitted for some reason. I managed to block him off, and I think actually that made sure that Price was actually right behind him. And then even got more cozy for a lap. So we got a bit rowdy after that. So yeah, I guess there's not too much to talk about, nothing too crazy in this race, I guess. Apart from some scattered raindrops, it's been pretty much a dry event for a change, so your rain dance has failed, Praised.
Not during qualifying, though.
No, that's true. I pretty much let that go. No pace in qualifying, but then again, didn't really matter. So now we actually get to the part we wanted to talk about actually last week, where I unfortunately did not have the time to record a podcast. It's old and sweet-looking cars. Shall we start pretty much at the back or at the front?
Either.
Alright, let's just start at the back then. Let's go with the Marussia. Looks pretty plain, but not actually that ugly, I would say.
Looks pretty much the same as last year, but actually there are a few graphical elements which look a little bit better, though, I reckon.
That is true. So it's not an ugly car by any means.
No, it's not.
Looks relatively simple, if you will, but other than that, it's a nice looking car. Ooh.
It's actually good information on James Allen on F1.com about how well people are expecting their cars to work, with a good description showing about the VisFlow paint that all the cars are using during the pre-season testing,
Yeah.
which is that highlighted yellow paint, and what it means, and if it's working well in terms of it shows how the aerodynamics work around all the body panels and wings and winglets around the car, and what works well and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good example to show who's looking strong at the front of the season.
You're never really gonna know until the first event. Anyway, so.
Yeah, Raikkonen put in the fastest time the final day at Jerez.
I think Massa was the overall fastest over those Jerez days. I have to say, like, the nose seems to go pretty lower compared to some of the other cars I've seen. They don't have a small dip, or is maybe just
Yeah,
my...
they had an option to change it, didn't they?
And the Marussia, that is.
They wanted.
They have a small bump downwards, but otherwise that looks relatively plain and simple. At least it looks a little bit faster with the smooth nose now. Well, they had it last year as well, and they have curves now as well, I think. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That'll help them to fight against Caterham.
That's for sure. Yep. Which I kind of really like, how the Caterham looks. It's a pretty good looking car.
They got rid of a bit of the yellow and green colour for a bit of yellow, green and white.
Yeah, some white accents on the front end of the nose running down toward the cockpit, and then some yellow in the back. But mostly green. That is... And of course the biggest news from my point of view is Dutch driver has made it back into a racing seat.
Being Van der Gaard?
Yeah, Guido van der Garde. So let's hope he can do well.
On someone.
Doesn't mean I'm suddenly an instant fan of the Dutch driver, but it's good to see, and hope he does well. It's been a while since we. I think the last one who actually did respectable was Jos Verstappen.
That is correct.
And Christian Albers never really did anything fantastic while he was here. So let's hope someone actually that can stay around for a few years. Because he has been driving in the GP2 team of Caterham actually for a couple of years now, I think. And not actually for, I think, 2 seasons maybe.
Been doing pretty well.
Yeah, he never really won that much because, well, apparently it was a backmarker team, but he pretty much stayed. The team worked its way up. So I guess that and a bit some money maybe from McGregor that got him a racing seat. Which of course, well, is expected in the lower backmarker teams to find some paid drivers. So it means Kovalainen doesn't have a seat anymore. Bit of a shame.
Which is a bit of a surprise.
How so?
Well, he was definitely quite easily outperforming the vehicle last year, especially when it came to Petrov, and had a lot of pace and was developing the car fairly well from what from what I heard. But
instead, they chose for Charles Pic and Guido. So a bit more.
Those young guys
the money,
do bring in extra
part.
cash with them. Yep.
There you go. Are those the times of the final day that you posted, Sly?
Yeah, that's how many laps they've done at the end. I think Lewis Hamilton done 145.
Yeah.
Raikkonen was the fastest.
118, 148. I
So
see.
Lotus looks good. And that was only on a few laps he done that. I think about 7 laps.
I really don't want to say anything about the speed of a car since you don't really know what they're gonna be like.
And there's been also a lot of complaining about the abrasive tarmac around Jerez compared to last year.
Yeah, Pirelli actually complained about that.
Yeah, it's not a very good track.
So
they need to resurface it.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Alright, just a little final news report where Senna has apparently just gave up on F1 and goes to somewhere else to endurance racing. Junior Championship. So goodbye, Senna. He never really got going in the F1. That is,
No.
I don't think he really was good enough for it. It's definitely not
You had
better
the racing
than,
seats to try, but didn't produce.
that's basically what happened to Grosjean the first time he stepped in. Didn't really produce either. He got booted out. Now he's back. He's got some pace, but he's still a bit wild. So hopefully, but he has been given the trust of Renault or Lotus, sorry, I should say, to try again for another year. So let's move up to the next car, which would probably be counted as the Toro Rosso. I think that doesn't really have any special looking features compared to last year out. Like they said themselves, it looks a bit plain, but it will go.
If anything, you'll see a few ideas from last year's Red Bull jumping onto that car.
That's wouldn't be too much of a surprise that they do that. Actually, would probably be surprised if they didn't. I'm trying to pull up some pictures for myself with the Toro Rosso.
So that's normally what I always thought that they did.
And they actually, I'm not sure they were actually allowed to do that anymore. Have to be saying.
No, they've got to be a separate team.
And also found a little news report that Toro also wants to go to Renault engines for next year, 2014. So there you go, yeah, there you go. Found the photos here, and don't really have the ability to pull them up just yet. Alright, Palindrome will be home in 10 minutes, so he'll be joining the podcast in around 15 minutes, I suppose. Let me actually look at that. Yeah, alright, like I say, Toro Rosso is actually one of the cars that chose the little, what's the right, the cap on the front of the nose for a smooth line. There are actually not that many
Vanity
teams that
paste,
used
yeah.
it in the end. Smooth nose, because not even the Marussia has it. He has a small dip, and the Toro Rosso is the first one to do it. Forcinia has it, and Ferrari uses it.
I've seen quite a few people actually still accommodate the dip nose.
Yeah.
However, they've gotten rid of the extreme angle that they had, but they still exist.
Well, the angle on the
it's
Caterham
because of
looks.
the extra weight.
I mean, the Caterham
Extra
angle.
weight.
Yeah.
They didn't see it was worth doing performance-wise. It's just adds more weight if you're gonna redo the wing.
I like that kind of how the front end looks. Actually, the top of the nose. It seems to be a bit higher up than some of the others, but like nice, smooth, slick, thin line at the absolute front of it. Before going down in the backhand, looks pretty well standard almost, if that's the right word for it. Doesn't really have any further outstanding features, I would say. So yeah, they went for a no, not really a radical design at all this time around. And I'm not even sure how well they did. Let me actually. There you go, Raikkonen on one. You see, like the times don't mean much because Bianchi is in second place on that last test day. So.
And by the time we get to Melbourne, there'll be probably a whole new complete car.
Oh yeah, very different.
Yeah, Williams is still using last year's car. They won't be changing theirs.
Yeah, that's very different.
Red Bull is just a new
And
boost
finished
of
it.
last year's car, so that hasn't changed.
So let's move up to the team that still doesn't have a confirmed second driver. It's Force India. Which I find a little bit of an oddball at the moment, seeing how their financial system about Vijay's airplane company still managed to find money to pump into the Formula 1 team. But they're also a team that brought the nose cover in as well. Which is, I still think it's a good looking car though. I like the color scheme, I suppose, mostly of it. Yeah, you should compare
Can't
them.
join you on that one.
No? You don't like it?
No, not a fan.
Alright. Any particular thing you hate about it, or just it's too... Does it look too slow or something?
No,
or-
just the colour scheme. It's
What's that? The Force India?
the shapes on the colour scheme. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't
doesn't
stand
work
Force
for me.
India. I
Doesn't
think
do
it's
it.
the nastiest car in the paddock.
I reckon the Marussia and Caterham have got better car designs than the Force India.
Yeah.
Like the Force India, sure, it's Indian. They're trying to sell themselves as a country as well, but that shit belongs in A1 GP, not F1.
Yeah.
The color scheme, you mean?
Yep.
I don't know, I never really found it that ugly, I have to say.
It's just the white. I don't know.
It's like they've
Agree.
gone for a camouflage of basic white car and then orange and green, which doesn't really work.
Fair enough.
Cheap to paint, but looks nasty.
Well, apparently they don't think so. They think they have this for all the time now.
That's probably why I can't find a second driver, because no one wants to get into it because of the colour scheme.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Jump into that thing? Are you serious?
I'd rather go to HRT again or something. Fuck that. Oh, maybe Sudo will get it too. He seems pretty desperate to get back in there.
Who would we like to see in that though?
And do that second Force India. I know, preferably not a pay driver.
Jules Bianchi, wasn't it? He put in some good laps yesterday.
Gil Bianchi. Yeah. Well, you have no idea. I mean, I don't know.
It's the next Ferrari test driver, isn't he?
Well, he went faster than what's his name? Scottish fella who drives that team. What's his name again?
David Coulthard.
No. The other one drives a Force India.
Yeah,
What's his name now? Young.
Hulkenberg?
I mean, no, Hulkenberg. You
The
mean
one
De
who's in
Resta?
it. De Resta, that's it.
That's it,
He's,
yeah.
Oh, it's like
He
you
went
were
faster
thinking
than
of a
the
test
rest
driver or
of
something. Yeah, but come on, like the times should never be considered too representative on days like this. I mean, everybody's doing their own damn
But they
thing,
was on
testing.
the same fuel loads. Yeah, they was on the same fuel loads though when they went out on the track. Done exactly the same.
Well, that's actually confirmed that they were. All right. But then again, like
But
they probably were working on setups mostly, and like there's a good chance that the car was already improved by the time Gil Bianchi got in it. But yeah, it is a good sign, I suppose.
no,
that
again-
he can do
yeah.
the same speeds or lap times, and even better than De Resta can, because I haven't really seen De Resta do anything special there in the last. I think Hulkenberg improved more than he did last year. I mean, in Brazil, Hulkenberg was actually fighting for the lead.
Which actually is, I must say, is probably one of his more favourite tracks because Hulkenberg always has a tendency of doing well there.
That's true. Yeah, I think he did. It was was it in the
Got pole
Williams?
position once as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah, he
right.
got pole position on a drying track. That was good fun. Yeah.
He did that when he lost his contract with the Williams as well. Just
Yeah.
a kick in the face. You can see what I can do.
I think Hulkenberg has a lot of potential, though. Yeah, and I think he actually made the smart choice by going to Sauber. He probably did that due to the financial situation, I suppose, or at least I reckon.
Sauber will produce a better car than Force India anyway.
That's true, and the color scheme I find very sexy this time around for the Force India, for the Sauber.
Speaking of colour schemes on cars for the Sauber, my favourite one was 2002 or 2003 actually.
Okay, I have to go check what that kind of color was. I don't remember the
That's
color
probably my
schemes that
favourite
far
one.
back. Sauber
That was
F1
my favourite colour scheme
2003.
ever on any car.
Really? The dark blue, light green, yellow barge boards.
Yep. Yep. Red Bull logo on the main.
Well, personally, then I can't go with you on that one.
Okay, everyone has their own taste.
I'd say if I compare this year's Sauber in terms of color scheme to last year, it looks sexier.
Yeah,
Most
looks
definitely.
less cheap.
Less cheap. It shouldn't look cheap anymore with all that Mexicans missed money in coming with Gutierrez. I also like
Everyone could afford a better one.
they have a strange thing with the nose going on, so I haven't really seen that on any of the other cars. The Red Bull sort of had it last year, but like there's the two on the sides that just go straight up, and then there's still a little dip there in the middle of it.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what stood out for me the most. Also, now it seems that I'm looking at these pictures of their announcement, and like those little flaps on the side of the side pods, they stand out quite a bit actually. Read just those pictures.
Caterham's got something with their exhaust pipes. I read.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
wait.
really find many
Lotus
pictures of
is,
that back.
They're saying it's illegal what they've done to their exhaust pipes or something.
Hmm.
So see what happens there.
And let the war between what's legal and what's not legal begin, huh?
Yeah, of course. I haven't seen any posts about two people protesting about another car's design yet, so that's something, I suppose.
It's a quiet season to start off with.
Well, I found a few pictures of the old Williams sporting some new noses, I reckon, by the looks of it. So yeah, that's about the only car who isn't finished yet this year.
That's getting released for pre-season testing of next time
Next
around, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah.
Barcelona.
There you go. I'm trying to find a action shot. Oh yeah, the Lotus front wing, the underside is kind of funny, I have to say. Well, a few burn marks on the exhaust pipe. Always fun to look at. But yeah, the Sauber, I found that so far one of the better looking cars that I've seen. And also, a car who's changed quite a bit is the Mercedes, especially on the front end. Actually, their overall design it's quite different. It's like the front wing sort of the opposite of what they had last year, sort of.
Interesting to see what Hamilton can get out of the car.
Yep. Yeah, he already crashed it once because of brake failure. So yeah, he said like, yeah, didn't have any brakes, pressed on the pedal, and like all you can do is prepare for the impact. So yeah, that wasn't very fun. Like yeah, I can imagine. That's not gonna be fun. Like yeah, the front nose is sort of it's wider at the front, and then it sort of leans out to the left before it goes a bit more firmer line up the dip there. And then last year at least actually it looks like the Caterham does now, dipping into the inside. So I think it definitely looks a bit, well, just as aesthetics looks better than it did last time.
Have they changed enough though, in terms of how it uses its tyre wear?
Yeah. I get the feeling they changed quite a bit at the back as well, but then again I'm not really sure that is the case, so to speak. There you go. I know, good looking car. Another good looking car is, in my opinion, also the Ferrari. Few subtle changes there. Basically a black strip at the bottom of the car. And, somehow managed to feel it to look a very lot different, because it's usually only the all full red and shit.
It seems to look a lot lighter. Seems to look a lot lighter than the predecessors that before it, where it was completely red.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. It looks a bit more lighter at the front of the nose, the back wing, and then the lines going down the bottom.
It looks like a car that's had a good diet.
And they're also one of the new car teams using the nose cover.
Yeah.
There. So
I
like
don't even think that it is a nose cover. I think it's just the actual panel that's just completely been lifted. The whole entire nose section has been lifted without the actual cover.
yeah, but like I'm not sure then what the idea, what they mean by cover. If it's just basically part of the nose. I mean, does it means it doesn't add to the structural integrity of the car? It's just a flap that's supposed to do is like fly off into space.
The structure's exactly the same. The structure's exactly the same as it was last year, but they can the structure, but they can change the cosmetics of the wing if they wanted to. But the testing structure
So
is exactly the same.
So technically, underneath it still sort of goes down in terms of the carrying structure or something or whatever. So it's just a small flap hitting you in the face if you get hit. I don't know. Alright, Palindrome is back. Let's say that we're done.
My favourite change though this year is Lotus. I love the red introduction on the side panels, a bit on the top of the cockpit.
Yeah, for sure. That's also the nose actually seems different from everybody else's
and a bit of
as
fire.
well. It actually sort of dips down before it goes back up again, if I noticed correctly. On that car.
Yeah, because the higher the nose is at the front, the more air flowing underneath it, the more downforce they get.
Yeah. And that's like that's very different from the other guys. So like it's the very top end, like after the little struts going down to the wing, it's a little bit higher. Then it sort of dips down before it goes back up again. So very smanchy looking wing. Hello, Palindrome. You got your headset back on. Hello, we are now talking on how sexy the Lotus now looks with the color scheme, the wing and shit.
Yeah, I really like the new Lotus.
Iceman on fire.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
We'll see if it actually will go like stink this year. Only time will tell.
Actually, I like the new Red Bull color scheme for some reason.
Yeah, there's some sort of purplish in there now and then. And the big side parts sort of changes in the sun. It seems like it does.
Yeah. And it's a little purple right next to the driver's head too.
Yeah, that's true.
On that insert.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, yeah. A little Vettel helmet here, and then the purple accents. Probably because of the Infinity sponsor, maybe.
Yep, exactly. It looks cool because it's kind of like a pearly purple.
Yeah, it really fits. Nowhere does it ever look ugly at all. It's a really good looking car again.
I'm sure it'll be a very good car again as well.
Yeah, the front end doesn't actually look that different, apart from the little holes in the front nose are gone. It sort of has the same shape. Mostly that is.
Yeah.
At the front
Yeah, they
end.
got rid of that air intake on the step nose.
Yeah.
That was just for driver cooling, they said.
Okay. So I gotta be really fucking hot now. Next time out, yeah. And the overall shape doesn't seem too much different, but then again, they shouldn't have to change that much because it was the car that beat at the end of it. I think Adrian even said at one
All
point
they
like
changed
that.
at the back.
Yeah,
See the flat pan at the back.
it
They
goes
changed,
down.
they put a hole
yeah.
in near the exhaust.
Tweak the car, throw away what's bad, and change that and keep everything else that worked. You can trust Adrian to do a good job. I mean, that guy is really on top of his
No, he
game.
never does a bad
Ingenious.
job.
I mean, he managed how they managed to turn it around from Singapore up with the small changes on the underside of it, and also near the back of the car.
Yeah, they said it was a little double DRS going on there.
Which is also banned again for this year.
Yeah.
Also, it actually goes down, I think, quite early compared to some of the other cars in the back. Now I'm looking at it from the side.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Strange shape.
Lotus has kept their double DRS.
I mean, kept it. They're not allowed to keep it, aren't they?
Yeah, they still got it.
Well, that's smart of them.
Well, it's not like a active duck DRS. It's like a little hole in the rear wing.
That can't be considered double DRS, then, does it?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
thought they got
there.
rid of it,
Double DRS.
but I could be mistaken.
So, what do y'all think of the McLaren? Sorry, that's the last car we talked about yet.
Is that the same as last year, isn't it?
Looks pretty much the same. Biggest changes is Perez.
Reliability.
Yeah, and reliability, I hope, for their sake.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope for their sake, because they have been fucking up too much last year. It's not that they didn't have the speed, they just didn't have the
funny.
reliability.
It's funny how if Hamilton wouldn't have retired due to those unreliability issues, that probably would have been Alonso's championship last year.
Yeah.
Only due to the difference between first and second, the massive points gain that you get.
True. As for the rest, yeah, the wing looks pretty much the same structure. It's a bit higher up than it was last year.
Yep.
It didn't go as low anymore, so I guess they really changed away from that. I'm trying to get a look at the back of the car. Still a good looking car though, that's always the case, maybe because it's the coloring as well. Shiny silver.
Reflective silver.
Mhm. There we go. They announced it or revealed it at their own headquarters. Which is a hell of a... Lotus continue to work on double DRS despite the ban, okay. Oh, for next year.
Yeah, I think
Okay. I thought it was
I thought it
already
was this
gone
year.
this year. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the double DRS is still allowed this year, but not anymore next year. I think it's kind of strange though, because I think it also for this year though that you're not allowed to use DRS anywhere anymore during qualifying and practice. You can just only use it at the DRS zone.
That's correct.
That is implemented this year, right? So the advantage you get from double DRS is is far less, apart from some tracks which have a really, really long straight maybe. And I think that what they're also thinking of including is 2 DRS zones where possible. I'm
Yeah.
not sure that was
I think that's
something
what
for
they're
this
gonna
year
do
or
is
next
try
year.
to make more DRS zones. Like they used to have that double DRS zone at Valencia on that second straight. They probably bring that back. Oh no, well Valencia's out of the calendar. Never mind. What am I talking about?
Yeah, Valencia did used to have a double DRS section, such as Canada as well.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
they took that out again, and now they're bringing it back again. Well, I think
They-
they do
yeah,
need those,
they'll
like
bring it
the
back.
2 detection zones, though, and if possible, a bit further apart, maybe. Up in Canada, they would like run right on both the back straight and then the start finish straight. And then do the back straight and then maybe one of those straights in the first sector or something. It's also a pretty lengthy one.
One place that it did actually work very well was Australia this year compared to last year, where they only had the one on the main straight, which wasn't long enough for anyone to overtake. But having that second one after the first two corners, going to the tight right-hand corner, which is corner 3, definitely did work in Australia to have true DRS zones.
True.
Yeah, I think Silverstone could do 2 as well.
Yes, definitely.
What they should do for Monaco is just
In the
leave the
first-
DRS open all the time. That would be fun. Oh. Yeah, I'm already really looking forward again to the season.
And speaking of our current season, Palindrome, you've moved up to even second position.
Yep, that's true.
What?
Yep, you're now equal in standings with Amin. You both have.
Thanks, Amin.
Because it's 2 no-shows. So we both got 108 points. And I've dropped down
Nice.
again to 7th in the standings. So yeah, it's pretty tight at the top now at the moment. 126 for Price, 108 for you and Amin, and then Rain with 105, and then like a 30-point gap down to Glutus and me.
I got a killer setup for Silverstone too.
You've been pretty
I'm
consistent
excited.
through every race. You haven't finished lower than 5th. You're like 2nd, and then 4 times 5th, and then 3rd, and then 2nd, and then 3rd again.
Just can't get the big result.
Well, yeah, you were very
close
close to it.
last time.
Yeah, but you biffed it.
I always
Yeah.
find a way to screw it up.
It happens because it's part of racing, hey. There you go.
Yeah, it made me so mad losing my curves today. Like 7 laps left.
You were also pretty mad when you were still behind Sly at the beginning of the race. You couldn't make the path.
Oh yeah. I was like, fuck, I can't get around.
Yeah, the Mr. Sly is a,
About brake to sell to that corner.
yeah, Mr. Sly is a demon on the brakes. That's a pain in the butt. Yeah, try
Yeah,
to
heavy
overtake.
fuel, it's rough.
In terms of fuel consumption, it actually was spot on Valencia today. As for tire wear, that was also
Yeah, it was good.
good. I think we have the Sauber then, don't we? For Silverstone.
Yeah. Good old Sauber.
But yeah, there's pretty much very little chance that we're gonna have a full dry race there, so
Good point.
it's gonna be interesting. Better find or go for a more balanced setup. I mean, Price doesn't even have to dance, I think. For the chance of rain.
No,
for
probably
it.
not.
I mean, if he start dancing as well as the normal chance of rain, it'll probably be cancelled because it's too wet. We won't start. Like technically not possible. Like too much rain. Red flag. Red flag.
Safety car, safety car.
So he
For
can't-
the next 60 laps.
Oh, then Sly would actually won since he was always great out of the starting line. Like, oh fuck yeah, 2nd place or 3rd place. Just like, just because of the start. I can see that happening actually. So does anyone have anything like anything they noticed or in terms of news reports during those 4 days of testing now? So it's
Let me think.
Can't really read into much into it.
yeah, that's
Too many hidden agendas by teams, and teams always flirting with what they have and what they don't, saying one thing and then doing another thing. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Red Bull not showing their hand at all and going around with heavy
Yeah.
loads all the time.
That's true.
No, I suppose Ferrari won't be showing their hand at all either. It's usually by the
They
time
had
by
a
the
gearbox
third.
problem, didn't they? So they lost the day.
Yeah.
Rossa went out and it.
It'll be
Yeah, after a
it'll
couple
be
of
by
laps.
the third. It'll be by the third and final testing session where you'll start to see some positioning amongst the teams of who's sitting where.
It's
Well,
nice.
it
It's
was-
good to see.
it was still to be
who's
taken with a grain of
actually got it
salt then.
Together
Yeah.
and who hasn't.
Because it was pretty clear at the end of testing last year that Ferrari was in a pretty bad position, and then when it came down to Melbourne, they were in a horrendous position. So, like I said, yeah, by the end of the third and final test session, you should be able to see who's kind of on the ball, who's really struggling. So we'll see.
True. Yeah, if you take the training days at the
Yeah,
moment, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm looking at the sheet that shows all the times of all the fastest times throughout the weekend, and it's like Massa in first place with 1:17, and then Raikkonen and Jules Bianchi, then Romain Grosjean, then Vettel, then Gutierrez, Verne. So I think definitely in this first weekend, everybody's just actually learning the car.
Alonso
If anything
himself
else-
hasn't been in the car yet, has he?
No, he skipped the entire
No,
first
he's-
series of testing.
He's a little bitch.
He had to comb his eyebrows.
Stand him. Yeah, exactly. he had to feed his girlfriend. She's a little too skinny.
Smoking,
Damn,
but
anorexic. Just anorexic, not my type.
That's not sexy at all. Anyway,
Bones.
some meat.
It's a bag of bones. Body of a 13-year-old boy.
So now we know what Price likes in women. They have to look like 13-year-old boys.
He likes little boys.
Are you a priest during the weeks, maybe,
Oh,
or something,
God.
Price? Is that it?
yeah, that's that's it.
Come here, altar boy. I'll show you the real outback. Bang, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, this podcast has to be rated R now, I think. Discussing anorexic chicks and 30-year-old altar boy girl.
Yep.
Actually, the things I'm most looking forward
That's so
is
funny.
like how well is Mercedes gonna do, and how well is actually Hamilton
Yeah.
going to do in that Mercedes.
Exactly, that's me too.
Also, of course,
So
I'm
I'm
keeping
not
an eye
expecting
on
much.
the Mercedes. Not.
No.
No.
I have a feeling they'll have reliability issues, not just because of the first 2 days of testing, but just in general. I don't know why.
Like, yeah, I sort of
I think they're going to try to
fear.
keep pushing a little too hard.
Yeah. Like, I fear like they will be pretty much in a similar position as they were last year. They're good at the start, but struggling for continued development.
They'll fade out.
Yeah.
But it will be nice now to see if like Lotus and Mercedes both can like sort of mix it more and more with those top 3 teams at the moment.
Yeah, I think Lotus will. Not sure about the others.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Lotus it's on and off.
Come on,
spinning.
Kimi.
They're always usually a bit just shy of being able to match the front, and they're really losing too much over the race distance. But like Bahrain example was where they had a
Looking
great
forward-
weekend. I think Lotus could make the jump,
Looking forward to
definitely.
hearing more. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
That was so funny.
Just watching Raikkonen on
Classic
board
Kimi.
with radio. Just that. That would be funny. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone.
Make sure you do all the tires. Yes, I'm doing all the tires.
Yes.
You'll need to keep reminding me.
Well, the conversations with Grosjean will probably be a lot different. Like, don't hit that car. Don't hit that car. Be careful of that car. Don't hit him. Stay clear of the white line.
It's been He's been having counselling, hasn't he? By the end of last year. Since
Psychiatrist, yeah.
counselling and that.
Yeah, he did. I don't know, I'm getting so depressed, everybody's talking shit about me, just drink a bit more wine before the race, you will be fine. Oui, oui.
Too much wine.
Alright, so there you go. Niki Lauda made another statement that Mercedes can join the top 3. No.
Yeah, but he's probably like a Mercedes ambassador, so no surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
They probably paid him to say that.
Yeah, he's batshit crazy now.
That's also shit about these testing thingies. Like, everybody's just saying something and you never really know actually shit, and they don't know shit either. I think you only really know until it's actually done.
Until Melbourne comes around, which I might actually go to.
Aye, aye.
Have you
Yeah,
been
you
to
never
one,
know.
Priest?
What was that, Sly?
Have you been to one?
Yeah, I've been to quite a few. Back in when Kubica was around, because I actually had someone to support.
Oh, right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Polish
try and
man?
go to
Yeah.
British one every year if I can. Last year's one.
And I went to a few
Bit wet.
before
but good.
Kubica started racing, but ever since Kubica had that rally accident and hasn't been participating in F1 anymore, I kind of lost my interest in going. It's always better to watch it on TV anyway.
Yeah.
I've never been to a
You,
Grand Prix event ever. So. Well, I've not
Oh, yeah?
even. I mean, the easiest one I could
I
go to is
recommend the
either
British
Belgium.
one, and then do a bit of camping, mate, over the weekend.
It's definitely worth it. But if there is a time, I highly recommend qualifying, not the race.
Make sure you bring a boat then,
Really?
Sly, to Silverstone.
Yeah, I've got waterproof tent
Good.
actually. So
Where's the best place
down
to
in a
watch?
puddle and I'll still be dry.
What's the premium seating at a F1 race? I guess it
All
probably depends on the
country
track,
it's
huh?
Pretty much always the
Yeah, it
grandstand.
depends on the
Yeah.
track.
Something about 350, something like that, £350 it is to
God
get
damn,
on the
that's a lot.
stadium.
Like, is it more to get like a
That's
seat
the
on
whole
a long
weekend.
straightaway or like at a chicane?
On the actual start straight, it's hard. Those tickets about, I think they're about £450. I think I paid.
They're actually not that
That's
good
about
because
40
they're really, really
so-
far
so-
away now. I would say. I only need magnifying glass just to see the straight.
But then
Wow.
I've been to the Spanish Grand Prix, and that was about 10 years ago, and it cost me £90 for a ticket.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, I
the
hadn't
British
really
one
had a
was still
chance to
a
go
couple
because
£100.
they stopped the Indianapolis one, and then I got interested in it, and then they didn't come back until this year at Austin.
You got interested after they cancelled the Indianapolis Grand Prix.
Yeah, 07 I think it
Only
was.
6 cars racing. This is good stuff. Let's watch.
That was hilarious.
Oh man, the audience
Bridgestones
was
and Michelin's.
so pissed off. Yeah, it's actually a good thing for
That
overall
was so dumb.
two tire company. They
Yeah,
should never
that
do that
was
anymore.
stupid.
I think
No, that's dumb.
never do that anymore.
They never will.
Good. That's one of the bad, poorest decisions they made.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson.
Pretty much. So yeah, we got Silverstone next.
See what else.
The amateur boys. What do they
Yep.
next? Singapore next. So that'll be fun for them.
Ooh, that's fun. I'm actually doing some laps on Silverstone right now.
Okay.
What lap times are you posting?
My qualifying was a high 130.
Very quick.
Yeah, I was pushing it hard. That's what she said.
I was about to say that.
I was wondering like, who was gonna make that joke. Who's gonna buckle first? It was the American, of course.
Of course.
Always talking about the D.
Damn Americans.
Goddamn American. There you go.
Let's see, what else is there?
Yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up? Or should we call it a day?
I know, I had something and I can't remember.
We were thinking about how great it is to be American or something.
That's it.
And how jealous you must be if you're not American.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. I was
I
thinking
haven't seen
about buying
that,
a new
actually.
gun. That's it. Just kidding.
Sorry.
But seriously,
Yeah,
What do you think?
enlighten us. There you go.
I think it was something race related. Did you guys already talk about Valencia?
About Valencia, yes we did. If you want to add to your race, that might
let
be
us know from your perspective, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nothing special. Just made a bunch of mistakes.
You had to fight back from all the way
Got
from the
lucky.
rear end at the start.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh yeah, and you
Lucas
couldn't
was
see
ahead
me.
of me before the...
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the most interesting thing to see, because
I'll
I
get to
was
that.
not on his screen.
Yeah, Pretender was invisible to me the whole race. He's like, "You're right behind me. You're 1.5 seconds behind me." I'm like, "Dude, I'm on the straightaway. There's nobody in front of me." And he's like, "No, you are." So he was invisible the whole race.
So yeah, I wonder
That was
actually.
very
I
interesting.
wonder what I'm wondering now is because at some point when you passed me, I actually hit in the wall. So I wonder if you actually went through me or not. So I'm really interested to see
Yeah. We'll have to compare the
what
two.
happened there. At least from your
That
point of
was
view,
really interesting.
because I couldn't really see it.
I probably did go through you. That'd be really messed up. Just hit an invisible wall in the middle of the track.
Like, what the fuck happened? Why did I total my car? It's like that inside
Right.
corner of Bahrain there. If you're in the first corner, if you go too much on the inside and hit the bollard, poof, car
Right.
is gone.
Low ride height.
You're just thinking like, what the heck happened there?
Yeah, on the first lap I screwed up. On the chicane before the bridge crossing, Gluteus was in front of me and he broke a little earlier than I thought he would.
Yeah.
And so I locked up and I tried to pull a Raikkonen in Brazil and ditch off track, to avoid him, and I just barely nicked him and sent him off. So I just let him go ahead of me, and then we had to start from the back. But it was fun. I mean, I made some mistakes, of course, overshooting a bunch of turns, but
Oh, you recovered nicely there.
yeah, it's all lucky. We had a good tire strategy going. That's what helped.
Tires lasted perfectly for us, and thank God the rain didn't push through, because that would have fucked it up. Well, actually, it would have worked out alright,
Sure
since we
would've.
didn't have to make an extra stop. But
Yeah, if we had to make a stop for wet tires, I wouldn't have gotten third. No way. That was a fun qualifying session, though.
yeah, I had no pace in there, but I was hoping I didn't actually change anything in my setup, so I was hoping it would be a dry race, seeing that, the 8% chance, so I took the gamble, and this time I didn't have to suffer. There were two rainy setup
Yeah,
for
same
like a
here.
5-lap race, rain, and then nothing after that.
I was doing full mix the whole qualifying, and just getting on the gas after each turn, just fishtailing and like just trying to keep it under control, but still mashing it. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I just did the high mix on the straights in the back. 'Cause otherwise, I couldn't really do it. So I pretty much qualified where I usually would be, so that's not really a surprise to me. I'm not a great qualifier.
Let's see.
I thought you had pole position guaranteed there, Palindrome.
I thought I had it too. I didn't even notice until the session was over that I didn't get it, because the engineer didn't say anything about being pushed down.
I didn't even realize I just nicked your pole position away, and then all of a sudden I went through past the first sector expecting sweet, I'm in pole, and all of a sudden look, I'm in third. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't say anything. Let's see here. Well, I was going to ask you, Pretender, what about, you say you have a custom helmet for F1?
Yeah.
What? How do you do that?
Well, basically you make a helmet, compile it into a texture file, and then replace one of the existing helmets in game with your own.
Oh.
So basically, it's why I look like.
So you can download a pack.
Well, no, I made the texture myself. I downloaded a few files for that. I'm thinking of actually making a new one. I'm not doing the co-op season anymore.
Do you think you could send me something to try to do my own?
Sure, but you need a good version of Photoshop to do it with.
Yeah, never mind.
To show a 3D file. No, you don't even need to have that much skills, but you need a certain Photoshop version to show the 3D model you're working with. So the good thing about that is so you can see what you're doing. Already seeing all the changes.
I'll get that file, so I'll make my own as well.
I'll compile something up, and I'll just send you what the thing that I have, and so you can just see what I did or how I work.
Is it really tricky? Like, you gotta to compile it, I mean?
Well, the texture file itself is just plain old Photoshop work, and then you also need a few tools to compile it and extract the texture files.
Okay.
And you also need a DDS plugin to save it as the proper file, so you can compile it into the texture.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, what we really need to do is because Rain is also using a custom helmet design, and he uses the same, or he swapped the same texture as me.
The same base, right?
So we both drive with Anderson, or what's that guy called, Davidson or something? I kind of forgot his name.
Anthony Davidson.
Orange.
Anthony Davidson. This is his ugly helmet. So he drives, from my point of view, he also drives with my helmet. So which is a bit odd. So we sort of need to get all these texture files together so everybody or who has a custom helmet will show up on everybody else's screen. That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
So
okay, I found on racedepartment.com.
Yeah.
They have the custom helmet packs and stuff.
Yeah, I can compile
one. I'll just do it over here, I think.
Well, you want the Photoshop file to use for editing, and then.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you know which version of Photoshop that is?
I have 5.1 extended.
5.1 extended.
And the extended version has the.
Torrents that shit.
The extended version has the ability to, or CS5. Sorry, it's CS actually. CS5. Has the ability to show the 3D model of the template that I use.
So is it CS 5.1 extended?
Let me actually check Photoshop about. No, that's not it.
So I can just torrent it. I have Vegas Pro 10 and Vegas Pro 12.
And just look for CS5 extended. That should be the one you're looking for.
Just 5.0?
I guess so. It's the extended that's more important.
Because I think there's. The only one I see for the extended is 5.1.
Alright, then it's 5.1.
Oh, there is a. What is it? Wait a second. No, I don't think there's a 5.0 extended. I think it's 5.1. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
won't be having 5.0s anymore because 5.1 will be the newest version patch, so no one will be given old stuff. And there's a CS6 one now anyway.
Right. That's cool.
There you go. So maybe I'll do that. Just work on a
I
new,
just got my white helmet.
new design. Yeah, you got a white.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, I want to put like a Palindrome logo on it. That'd be funny.
What does that consist of?
I don't know, big penis on it or something.
A big middle finger on the back of your helmet.
Check a bit of foreskin on that.
It's gonna say "Move, bitch" on the front of it.
Nasty.
Get out the way. Get out,
Get
the,
out
way.
the way.
My house.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna say on the front. It'd be "Move, bitch" on the front, and then "Get out the way" on the back.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's funny.
The template that I have is actually great for you to use, so I'll send you that definitely.
That'd be awesome.
Can you check it up on the Steam? I mean, on our forum.
I can put that for download. Sure, I can.
Yeah,
link it.
I'll grab it off here as well.
It'd be fun to play around with in spare time, I think.
What, your helmet?
Yeah.
Your ding dong. So, there you go. I think we should call it a day now. Oi, oi.
Yeah.
Sure
Did
thing.
you guys agree?
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Alright. So, thank you everybody for joining us again. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we hope to continue this on in the future, and maybe even do it live so you can chat with us as well as listen to us.
That would be great.
It can be done. We have the technology. Bye bye.
Peace.